Hi, Jaden. Let's run through some problems from the first batch that you sent me. It's looking about at is it possible to form a triangle? So there's a rule that you need to know about how to make a triangle that I'm going to write down here. When you're checking to see if something is a triangle or not, the two smallest sides of the triangle have to add up to more than the biggest side. I'm going to write that down. The two smallest sides in a triangle must add to more than the biggest side. That's the key rule that's going to help you with all of the problems in the first section. Let me show you why real quick. What if the biggest side in the triangle was 8? If the two smaller sides were 1 and 2, 1 and 2, that doesn't add up to more than the biggest side. See how they can't even connect to make a triangle, so it's not possible. Let's say that the two smaller sides added up to exactly 8, like 3 and 5. They would just end up making a straight line segment. So in order to make a triangle, the sides would have to add up to more than 8, or else it wouldn't make a triangle. So let's take a look at the first example. I actually think all the even ones come out to be no. So for the first example, because you had to do 6, 8, and 10, you have to take the two smallest sides, so the 4 and the 9, and see if that adds up to more than 15. And it's not more than 15, so it's a no. So I'm pretty sure 6, 8, and 10 are all no's. I was looking, and it looks like number 7 would be a yes, because if you take the two smallest sides and add them up, it is bigger than the biggest side. So that one would be a yes. But I'm pretty sure for 6, 8, and 10, if you add up the two smallest sides, it adds up to less than the biggest side. So that's how you do that first batch. The second batch is a little bit more complicated because you kind of need to think of two cases. You need to think about case number 1 is, what if 4 and 8 are the two smallest sides of the triangle? 4 and 8 have to add up to more than the biggest side. So 12 has to be more than the biggest side. So case number 1 is, I don't know what I just pushed. The biggest side needs to be less than 12. Case number 2 is, what if 8 is the biggest side? Then 4 plus something needs to add up to more than 8. So 4 plus 4 adds up to 8. So case number 2 is the smallest side needs to be more than 4. So when it's asking for a range of numbers, we want the range of numbers that's more than 4, but less than 12. So I'm not exactly sure how your teacher would want you to write it, but I think maybe I would write it something like 4 is less than x is less than 12. Something like that. X can't equal 4 and it can't equal 12, but X has to be somewhere between 4 and 12 in order for it to be a triangle. The easiest way to do that is, I don't know if you noticed, but 8 minus 4 is 4 and 8 plus 4 is 12. So if you're wanting a quick and easy way to solve that one. So for number 14, you could think it through the way that I just thought it through. Or if you want a really quick and easy method, you could just do 4.2 minus 2.7 to get the smaller end of the range, and then 4.2 plus 2.7 to get the bigger end of the range. It looks like for all the examples that your teacher assigned, it's just dealing with whole numbers and then decimals and then fractions, but it's pretty much asking you to do the same thing. So that's all for the first batch. Let me know if you have any questions on those.